Today we're going to be taking it easy on the other one of Europe's most iconic budget carriers. EasyJet's entire fleet is made up of the Airbus A320 family and is a major backbone to the low-budget market in Western Europe. Today we're going to be giving them a run for their money and getting our revenge after our mishap the other week on a quick 90-minute trip to Geneva. What's going on, guys? Casey Fly here. This morning I'm in London Gatwick. Last week I took a Ryanair flight up to London up in Stansted. This week we're going to try their no-frills competitor EasyJet and see who is best to fly with. Checking into EasyJet is what's expected on a budget airline. You are able to check into an EasyJet flight up to 30 days in advance. Since I booked this one spontaneously right after my failure in Paris, I was able to check in right after booking it. First, we're let's at confirming our identity and passport information, followed by getting let's at adding on all the extras such as baggage types and seats. But since this was only a day trip, all I brought was my camera bag. After confirming you don't have any firearms, check-in is complete and you've been rewarded with your boarding pass. Alright, the time right now is about 5:30 and I've been up since 3 because I took the National Express bus here from London Heathrow. And it's not like Ryanair where I have to get a paper physical boarding pass. I have a mobile one on my phone because, as I mentioned a second ago, you can actually check in like up to 30 days in advance, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, let's get caffeinated. Hey, how are you?
Yeah, good.
One grande white mocha and 2 butter croissants. So something a bit funny I'm seeing here at Gatwick is that the timetables on the boards don't have very quick gate information, just meaning that they save up into the very last like 10 or 15 minutes to actually display what gate you're departing out of. So it'll be like this flight that'll be available at this time, and that'll only be about like 10-15 minutes before you actually end up having to board. So it's not very convenient and you're just gonna have to keep on your toes with that. But here we are, coffee. Getting fueled up for the flight today. Pretty soon our boarding time inched closer, and it wasn't long until I arrived into the gate. Alright, I am technically boarded, but I'm seating at the seating area at the gate. The other funny thing about Gatwick, or maybe this is a Europe thing, but it's not in the US, is that the gate area itself is actually closed off, and the only way you get in is that they scan your boarding pass, and then you're boarded. Then you're in like a waiting area with like vending machines and just seats and all that, so it's basically like a gate and like a boarding area. But you get that, and then they'll probably close it off about 15 minutes later. Then you actually walk down and walk onto the physical aircraft. So yeah, I've already scanned my passport, so technically I'm already boarded. So for now I'm just waiting for the doors for the aircraft to open. After everyone boarded into the gate, it was only a quick round in the waiting game before the gate agents let us head down to the aircraft. Unfortunately though, that boarding throw was short-lived. Well, ain't that fun. After my third attempt last time in Paris, I have a maintenance delay this time, so they did let us board. We were sitting in the boarding jet bridge area for about 15 minutes until they just screamed inside it, saying, "We have maintenance issues, go back upstairs, we won't be boarding till probably another 30 minutes, but I'll believe that when I see it because flight radar says the new departure time, it's going to be 50 minutes later, 50. So, does the universe not want me to cover EasyJet or something? I don't know. But hey, I'll believe it when I see it, and we'll just play it by ear and see what happens. 10 minutes later, I saw everyone moving, but it was in the wrong direction. It turned out we got a new plane that'd be taking us to Geneva. Alright, gate change. Hopefully this A320 won't let us down. We all had to board all over again and wait in the boarding area for the crew to finish their pre-flight. But before we knew it, they let us on and we headed down the jet bridge. As with most airlines, not even the ultra-low-cost carriers, EasyJet has a cheeky money-making option called speedy boarding, and the name is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Add on 15 pounds extra to only board 5 minutes before everyone else. I was seated near the back, so I was boarding on the ground via stairs, so I was definitely not complaining about that. It's a shame this isn't more common in the US. I got on board the 14-year-old Airbus A320 that'd be taking us to Geneva. Golf Echo Juliet Charlie Delta was delivered brand new to Air Berlin in June 2009 as Delta Alpha Bravo Delta Whiskey. Then when they went down, it was EasyJet in January 2018 as Oscar Echo India Zulu Sierra, and now it's Golf Echo Juliet Charlie Delta. I made it to row 19 as 19A would be my home for the next 2 hours. 19A has a width of 18 and a pitch of 29. I was even able to score an empty middle seat. Alright, finally boarded and seated in seat 19A an hour later than what we were supposed to. We actually got the original aircraft parked right next to us that was supposed to take us over to Geneva. But so far, the seat, not that much legroom. It's actually 1 inch less than what Ryanair has in the normal economy. Ryanair has 30, this has 29. So far Ryanair has a better seat in terms of pitch, but something that this has that Ryanair does not is an actual physical menu, which we'll take a look at later. With Ryanair, you just have the QR code on the back of most seats, not all of them, most seats. So at some situations you wouldn't even get to know what you had for options. But yeah, the crew is pretty much almost ready, and we're head out.
8495 service, very shortly departing to Geneva. My name is Darrell Letch, my pleasure to be the captain today. I'm joined on the flight deck by Senior First Officer Leonard Blowers. In the cabin, a great team looking after you. Drew is in charge at the front, assisted by Candice, Barbara and Kimberly. First of all, I'd like to apologise for the slight delayed start to proceedings this morning, and for you having been boarded or pre-boarded to an aircraft that we eventually haven't taken. When we got on board the aircraft, shortly before you guys were taken through the gate, we found that the aircraft seatbelt sign wasn't working. An engineer did come out of the aircraft to try and remedy it, but it wasn't a quick fix. So we've had to do so, running about 50 to 55 minutes behind the schedule. Once we got airborne, we'll do the best we can to make up the time we've lost. The flight time today will be in the region of 1 hour and 20 to 1 hour and 25 minutes. It's a very nice day for flying, a bit cloudy here in London. Smoothly as expected southbound. At the moment in Geneva, a light breeze and currently -1 degree Celsius.
It turned out our hour-long delay was actually a blessing in disguise. When we popped out of the clouds, we had this beautiful sky. Alright, airborne out of London Gatwick as of about 10 minutes ago. The crew has started the drink and snack service on the car. It's actually just up my rear right now. And for the first time in my life, I actually got something from the no-frills service. Paid for a little Diet Coke here. Cereal, don't drink anything, it's only about 10 right now. So anyway, yeah, we're actually air-to-air with an Aer Lingus Airbus 321neo, which is kind of cool. But yeah, we got plenty of options to choose from a bunch of duty-free stuff to snacks, to sandwiches, to drinks. Not entirely sure what we got in terms of like bigger snack options. Like there's like whole meals that you can buy for like under $10, which is really good. But yeah, I don't know if that's on selected flights. Like this flight isn't the longest flight, so I'm not sure if the bigger meal stuff that you can see won't be available on this flight. But yeah, all I got was a drink. Also, some funny I found in the magazine was that some pages were upside down and others were right side up, which is interesting. Just something with the printing. I don't know why they did that, but yeah, it's there. But yeah, we're just chugging along up here in the flight levels and working our way toward Geneva. Alright, welcome to the EasyJet Lou review. First impressions, very orange, making it pretty clear that EasyJet likes to market themselves with the color orange. Orange towel dispenser, orange EasyJet branded soap, orange toilet paper framing, and orange handles getting up from the toilet. Pretty clean overall. Got the sink, soap, garbage, and something very interesting. You got a freaking power outlet. You don't get the power outlet in the seats, but you do got a power outlet here in the bathroom, so you can charge your phone while you do your business. So very nice, EasyJet Lou overall. Alright, it's kind of starting to clear up out there, and you can kind of see the Alps and the terrain out the window. So at this point, as we start our descent into Geneva, I'm going to rate and review this flight using my original Raleigh rating scale. Very original because my first name is Raleigh. I use this at the end of every one of my airline reviews to rate the flight. I have 6 different categories, and at the end I total them all up into one big rating. So as we make our way down into Geneva, we're going to go over that with EasyJet and compare it to Ryanair. The service was a 10 out of 10. The crew were very patient, friendly, and thorough when they did it. The overall shopping option seemed really extensive, as you had plenty to choose from in an onboard shop and a menu that everyone had access to. Ryanair. My seatmate in the aisle didn't know what she wanted to order from the duty-free, and the crew were very friendly and patient with her, as she chose and ended up getting something. There was also various deals advertised from the onboard duty-free shops scattered on the seatbacks. The cleanliness was a 10 out of 10. There were no complaints. We had clean windows and a pretty spotless cabin. The color scheme on the seats made them look pretty old and dirty, but honestly, they were pretty spotless too. The Wi-Fi was a 0 out of 10, as there was none provided at all. The food was an 8 out of 10. With proper no-frills fashion, EasyJet doesn't have anything included complimentary in the food and beverage service. No frills means that the airline offers low fares. I paid £78 round trip, but would eliminate all non-essential services as the price of those aren't included in the base fare. Even if you wanted something small from the cart that the airline provides, then you're gonna have to pay a few pounds for it. On the bright side, you have lots of options to choose from. And the prices honestly weren't bad. I paid £2.50 for my soda, and that's all I got from the cart. The entertainment was a 4 out of 10. Lack of Wi-Fi meant you'd be disconnected. All you'll have is the entertainment that's outside of the backlit Alps, or downloaded content if you came prepared. There's also always reading the partially upside down in-flight magazine. The seat was a 5 out of 10. The legroom was bare minimal, and the firmness was definitely there. Something that this had that Ryanair didn't have is an actual seat back pocket, or a net, if you will. It was better than nothing, and there was a physical menu tucked inside of it to buy anything from a bottle of water to the duty-free. This goes without saying, but there was no USB or NT power, so make sure you have a charged up power bank or device battery before you fly. Finally, the tray table slots for the budget airlines here in Europe in general are great. Same was with Ryanair last week, and is better than the size we got here in the US. So the overall rating for this flight's going to be a 6.1 out of 10. After landing, we taxied to our gate by all the cool planes at Geneva, including a rather interesting 737-200. Alright, it's settled. EasyJet's a better budget airline, but that's just my opinion. Let me know in the comments whether you prefer EasyJet or Ryanair. Now you're probably thinking, hey Raleigh, you're flying out of Gatwick on EasyJet. You probably had a lot of cheap options. I did. I almost went to Jersey. If the views outside on the approach didn't say enough, I'm pretty glad I chose Geneva. Alright, made it to Geneva in time for lunch despite the delay. If you excuse me, I gotta go catch my EasyJet flight back to London. I hope you guys enjoyed this airline review as much as I did filming it, and I'll see you guys next week with the next airline. Bye for now.
Chaînes à peu déplacées. Les toilettes sont situées à chaque extrémité de la cabine. Sont toutes équipées de détecteurs de fumée. Nous rappelons qu'il est strictement interdit de fumer avec une cigarette électronique. Ladies and gentlemen, please keep this in mind to take away when paying the markers in case